What's up, y'all? This is Keeping It PC with Kaleb, Maryland, and today I'm here with.
Zaquan Nunn.
So, Zaquan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a nose tackle slash wrestler, heavyweight state champion. I'm also a thrower for track.
Okay. So, this past season, how do you feel you did? Like,
I think I did great, honestly. Shoot, 90 tackles, 8 sacks, 23 tackles for losses.
Okay. And in those games, which game would you say was your best game?
Best game? Ooh, probably Dickinson game. I really showed out that game. I think I had like 15 tackles, 8 tackles for losses. I had 2 sacks.
2 sacks. Okay. So, out of all your games this season with your team at Clear Springs, what would be your biggest takeaway for the season?
Best part, I say like just getting to know everybody, saying about it as seniors. I think we had a great season, honestly. We could have did better probably during playoffs, but I think we did great during district. We had, 9-2?
9-2?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that you think that you could have done more for the team to capitalize in playoffs, or?
I think I think I did really much everything I could. I had during first playoff game I had 11 pressures. Really did everything I could. I think I think there's a little mistakes we made during thing, but like that overtime, we had that 2-point conversion. We had 12 people on the field, messed up on that. Allowed them to win the game winning.
Mm-hmm.
So I think probably just building off of that, playing in, locking in when it's time.
Okay. So how do you feel about, your teammates? Do you feel like as if they were really locked in for the game, or do you feel like some people were messing around thinking y'all weren't going to come out victorious?
I think it was like mixed. Like some people were like, I'm gonna lose. Some people were like, we got this.
So like half and half.
Half and half. That's the problem I think we really had. We weren't all really together. A lot of people playing around before the game, doing TikToks and stuff.
So what do you think the difference with the team this year was from last year? Because last year y'all made it to the second round compared to this year losing first round.
I think just taking it more serious, taking playoffs more seriously. But we had kind of like a rebuilding. A lot of new people on varsity.
Mm-hmm.
It's like last year everybody was already used to it. They built them up for that. This year we really wasn't, so they didn't really have that serious coming to the playoffs.
So do you think there was more leadership last year than it was this year?
By far.
Your role as a leader, like, where do you get it from? Like, have you always been like that? Are you more of a vocal leader, or do you like leading by your actions?
I like leading by actions because I think leading by example is probably the best way to go about it. But I know if I have to get vocal, I feel like I will. But it's because we was really lacking in that spot. We've been lacking since really my freshman year. We had like Nick Faddick. He was really good speaking out, getting everybody motivated. But once he left, never really carried on to that. So I tried to adapt that to this season.
Okay.
But, we didn't reach everybody like I wanted to, but try my best. I'm thinking I'm gonna do both. I think action, show everybody I'm really serious about it. Show them my work ethic, show them who I am. Vocal to show I'm really passionate about the sport. I think that would be a good thing to mix in every once in a while.
Okay.
Really show who I'm, like top of the state.
Mm-hmm.
It's bigger than that.
So, with that mindset, how do you feel is the best way to show people that you're more than just the best player?
I guess just standing out, during games, like making a game-changing impact, being a game-changing player.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the best way to go about it. Showing leadership as well. I think a lot of coaches want to see that nowadays. That's a good way to show.
So, I know you talked to a couple of schools. Can you remind me which ones they are again?
U of H, Texas Tech, McMurray, and SFA, mostly.
Okay. How do you want to push yourself to stand out? And speaking of your mindset, as you mentioned earlier, when you introduced yourself on the show, you're a 3-sport athlete: football, you're a thrower in track, and you're a state champion in wrestling. So, I want to touch on the wrestling topic a bit. What is your mindset with wrestling? Is it the same as football, or is it like a different mindset?
You gotta get. It's more of a single mindset. Like it's not really a team. It's not a team sport. So it's just you.
Can you kind of dive into that for me? Like, do you mean like it's just you out there and not you have to focus on 10 other people, or is it just like a? Think you can explain that more for me?
It's just you. You don't have to like focus on. Yeah, you don't have to focus on everybody else. Like it depends on you. Whether you want to win or lose. Not. It's not depending on anybody else. And now it's like really a single thing. And it's a tough sport. Training on it takes hours and hours and hours of work. Constantly sweating. A lot of people don't like it, because it's just too physical. I've had a lot of injuries in wrestling. I've injured a lot of people in wrestling as well. Being an underdog for a state championship was really hard. I went against Mark Henry's son, Jacob Henry. He was favored to win. He was undefeated that season. I think going into it, I was 40-3.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 losses to the same people and 1 loss because of asthma attack. But so everybody was like, I guess an underdog. So I guess I came in with a mindset that I have to win to show who I am.
Okay. And how long have you been wrestling for?
I started freshman years. Finished sophomore year, so probably about like 9-6 months.
9-6 months. And you won the state championship in that amount of time. That's amazing. So at the state champion stage, what was it like? Because I know it's different than, going out to other schools like Allen to wrestle. What was the difference?
It was a long drive out there, but it was just me. So like none of my team made it besides me. So I guess I had time. I really had time to focus. I had my hotel to myself. I had 2 teammates there to help me out wherever I needed. So I really locked in. First few rounds was all tough. Like it wasn't tough that the opponent was hard. It was tough that mentally I wasn't doing my best because how nervous I was. Such a big stage, a huge stadium. I won all my matches by 1 point. Like every last one was all either overtime or just 1 single point. Really shows the difference in wrestling. Like 1 point could really make a difference in that.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go into state finalists, they introduce everybody. So like they'll call y'all both out, walk to the middle of the stage, and I'll shake hands. So before I went out there, Henry's coach, he was saying, it's weird how the brackets are set up because he didn't think I deserved to be out there with him. Because there's another state guy who was undefeated, but he lost semifinals.
So, when you heard Henry's coach saying that you didn't deserve to be out there, how did that make you feel? Like, what were you thinking in your head?
It's time to prove who I am. That's what I really thought. Like, it was really time to show that I'm the best at it. I have the strongest mindset, and I'm really going to come out here to win, not just compete.
Mm-hmm. And, Jacob Henry, his father's Mark Henry. A lot of people know about Strongest Man. So going against, Mark Henry's son, was it ever like in your head, like, dang, this is Mark Henry's son. There's gonna be a lot of people watching.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I had a lot of people come up to me saying, like, I hope you win, blah blah blah. Like it was like just everybody surrounding that specific topic. It was like, oh, he's gonna lose easily. But since I was like unknown, it kind of gave me an advantage in a way because no one really knew about me.
You felt like since you were unknown that he kind of like didn't expect you to be as good as you were, or?
Yeah, and him having such a hard match in semis also gave me an advantage too. Because it was like he's already mentally tired. He think he already won. He beat the guy he thought was the second best.
Okay.
So I guess he came in relaxed.
And how would you correlate your wrestling with football? Because you see a lot of coaches, they make kids do track for football reasons, speed wise. So is there anything wrestling can correlate to football as a D lineman?
Oh yeah, for sure. Leverage a lot and aggression. It really brings you really aggressive during wrestling. That's where I get a lot of my aggression from there on the field. But I think the key part is leveraging explosiveness and stamina. Wrestling's I think stamina wise is way harder for wrestlers because you're moving your whole body for 6 minutes straight, depending on if you go overtime or not.
Mm-hmm. And what doors do you think wrestling has opened for you? Like, do you think that it's opened more doors with your recruitment, or do you think it's opened more doors publicly for you to be able to do things easier?
I think both, really, because being an undersized lineman for D1, they really question what you do a lot. So me going out and winning a state championship really proved I'm an athlete, and really kind of contradicts my height. And also, I want to say, a lot of recruitment came and a lot of publicity too. Like my Instagram blew up hella, a lot of followers and stuff. But I think it all came. I think it all came.
What are your goals for this coming season?
We're doing a 4-man front now, so it's no longer at 3, so I'm not really getting tripled anymore. I got that one-on-one time now, so I think I'm gonna have way higher stats, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
At least sack wise for sure. I think I can get at least 12 sacks.
Okay. What do you think you're going to benefit more off of from going from a 3 down front to a 4 down front? Because I've been to a couple of y'all's games, seen the film, and there were multiple times where you would get triple to double team while they would try and focus up to second level and leave a defensive end free.
I mean, they can't really focus in on me no more. It's like they could do double team, but that won't work. So it's not, they have to really try to get someone 1-on-1. That's definitely not gonna work either. So I'm gonna
love the confidence.
So I'm gonna dominate on that. I think he's gonna have a hard time trying to figure it out how to stop me and Xavier.
Okay.
Let's pivot to you asking a few.
So what about you? You come back. You come into a starting role. Leadership and everything. How you feel about it?
I feel great about it. I love the program at North Shore. They make me feel really comfortable on that offense, especially watching KB these past couple years and see how he runs it. I feel amazing. I feel like we're going to do some good things.
There's anything you're going to do differently from KB and leadership wise? You think anything you could benefit off of what he showed you?
I know that benefit wise, one thing I really loved about KB while he was still here is the energy he brought. Every game you can go look, starting from preseason all the way up to 5th round. KB, right before the game, he's clapping, he's screaming, he's throwing his hands up, he's doing the little manziel. KB brought that energy, so that's one thing I definitely think I can benefit off of.
What do you think is going to be a big factor to you leading us to a state championship next year?
I think that it's just staying with the small things. I felt like this season we kind of got a little carried away with taking a lot of the big shots instead of just keeping it short and simple. So I feel like if I'm able to get everyone on our offense to take care of the small things first, the big things are going to come and we're going to blow up.
Do you think you're going to be doing a lot of workouts over the offseason with your receivers, getting ready for next season with them?
Yeah, so I've actually already started doing my workouts with my receiver. One of our receivers, he was really supposed to start this year, his name Bocart, or we call him Money. He had broken his collarbone in the offseason last year. So I've been getting a lot of working with him, and I've been getting working with returning starter DJ. He was wearing number 12 this year. So I think that we're going to do some great things with these receivers, especially all the new receivers that we got too.
What about recruiting for you? You think you got any favorites right now?
Right now, Duke is definitely one of my favorites for sure. They shown me the most love out of any of the colleges, and I really love the offense that they do. But besides Duke, there's been a couple others like TCU. I love what TCU does. When I went to their camp, it really felt like a home to me. Then there's UNLV, there's Cal. I just think as the season goes on, I'll get closer and closer to seeing what school really benefits for me.
It's really good. Having a new running back, do you think who do you know is gonna come into that position?
So we have 2 running backs right now. We have Hezekiah. He's coming off of JVA, and then we have KB/OB. Those are his nicknames. His real name's Caden Brownlee. And last year, his freshman year, he got moved up, but he had tore his ACL during practice. So this year, he's going to be fully back after that. But I think they both going to come at it, do a split running back role. But, seeing how they work and seeing, how they get along with each other, I think that they're going to shock the world because, Hezekiah has been texting me a lot, and Hezekiah really has something to prove, He feels like he got something to get off his shoulders.
What do you think you're lacking in as a QB?
I don't really think I'm lacking anything as a QB. This offseason, I've been getting my weight up. Right now, I'm 186. I got good zip on the ball. I got good footwork. I can extend my plays. So I really don't think I'm lacking on anything as a QB. But there's always something you need to work on. So what I feel like I need to work on the most right now is just getting through my progressions quicker.
Yeah. What about O-line?
O-line, I think the O-line is going to be amazing this year. They're going to be pretty huge. My right tackle is going to be Abdus. He's 6'6", 305 pounds. He's going to be a junior this coming year. My left tackle is going to be Chase Brown. He's also going to be a junior this year. He's about 6'4", 6'5". And then my guards, I'm going to have Aranda. He's 6'4", 280 something. He's a returning starter. He played about everyone on this O-line this year. He's very versatile. He played right tackle, right guard, and some left tackle. Left guard, I'm not too sure who the left guard is going to be this year. I think it's going to be one of the freshmen that are going to be a sophomore. He might be it, or it's going to be our starter from last year, Big 30. But
Yeah.
Big 30 also said he might switch positions, so I'm not too sure on that. And right now, center-wise, I think we're going to have R2. He was the backup center for this year. And I think R2 is going to do some really good things, too.
You have any concern about some of them just getting on varsity? You have any concern about their mentality coming into it, or getting used to the next level?
No, I really don't, because, being at North Shore for the time I've been at North Shore, they show me how much of a difference it is than from other schools. Like, the kids want to work, they want to prove themselves. So, especially with Chase, my left tackle, left tackle is really big for a quarterback because he's protecting my blind side. Chase got moved up his freshman year on to varsity playoffs, but then he also had a knee injury. I think it was his MCL, ACL. But I think Chase is really going to prove himself because he's been waiting for his chance. And then Abdus, he's already gotten a couple varsity reps.
Yeah.
And he's shown himself, so he's going to be really good to me.
What do you think will be our biggest challenge for next year, team-wise?
Our biggest challenge?
Our biggest challenge next year.
That's a hard question. A lot of the teams we play are really good, like Atascocita, Summer Creek. But even the teams before district games, like regular season when we played Crowley, they were a shocker. They held us to 28 points, which was the lowest of our season. So I'm not really sure. I think we'll have to see in season. But if I were to make a guess right now, I think it will probably be Crowley or Summer Creek. What's the craziest thing that you've seen on the field from a teammate?
For me, it was my running back. He graduated, but Dixon game came out with a sledgehammer and a mask with smoke around him. And he came slam down the hammer on the logo, started yelling.
So, did y'all win that game?
Yes.
Oh, y'all won that game?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the craziest celebration your teammates be doing?
Oh. I don't remember if they did this in game, but they were acting like they were shooting dice. I think that's the craziest that they've done. That was Player's Choice. This is Kaleb, Maryland.
Zaquan Nunn.
Thank y'all for tuning in.